Coach Cook, the not from the channel, Ross and Fist.
And I am Enrico.
El Rico and I are happy to have you guys in the chat tonight because, as we say all the time, the Friday night live chat is our favorite way to start off the weekend. Get to hang out with you beautiful people and be able to talk shop about some serious hobby goodness. Speaking of which, we have some beautiful people in the chat already. We got X-Gear Commander, my man. We got our brother Thomas, the Hell Child. So, cool. We got some good people in the chat. And, of course, we got Archer. What up, my ninjas?
What's up, Archer? Glad to have you here, brother.
Absolutely. So, we have a ton of stuff to cover last week because we had on some amazing people last weekend, the Gamecraft Dragon and the lovely Lady Dragon. And in doing so, of course, our personalities meshed so well. We got to chat, and next thing you know, all 3 hours have flown by, and we hadn't covered I think we covered one news topic all week. So we definitely have some catching up to do. But there's been plenty of releases. And actually, you know what? This week's releases is a lot of stuff that we don't normally cover. You know, a lot of Blood Bowl, mostly, and some Age of Sigmar stuff, and some stuff that we don't really mess around with too much. So it's a good time for us to go back and talk about some of these other news topics.
Right on, man. I am
So,
down.
Kicking off with the hobby update. First of all, what you people been busy with in the chat? What you guys working on? What you guys got good? What
Tell
you
us.
got for pork chops?
I like pork chops.
While they answer in the chat, my brother Freak, what you been up to? What you got for a pork chop?
My man, it seems like every time I try to get anything done, I get hurt. So, yeah, I was moving some stuff around at work. Of course, you know, one of the things that I do is move computer equipment around for my job sometimes. And I was setting up a team of physical therapists in a temporary space while their gym gets remodeled. Well,
I'd just like to point out the irony that you got yourself hurt while servicing physical therapy.
Physical therapy, I know, right? And out of all things, of all the injuries, so I'm crossing. Oh, by the way, last week, right, I went to the dragon boat racing.
Yeah.
Okay. Exerted a lot of, you know, everything. Rowing and running and jumping and scooching and booching and all that. Not once did I get hurt. Not once. Had nothing. Yeah, yesterday I go to crouch down a little bit and I'm picking something from the floor. As soon as I get up, I caught the worst cramp on my thigh. And I don't know if I pulled something or if it was truly a cramp, but dude, it felt like somebody stabbed my leg, and it's still sore right now, like bad sore. So yeah, like what the heck? Out of all the things, and it was actually in the physical therapy temporary place that they had. I'm like, gosh, that's sucks.
Which is a place they probably deal with pulled thigh muscles all the time.
So they're telling me, use biofeeds, use this, use that.
And of course, you know, no amount of me sitting there massaging Freak's thigh made it hurt any less. So, I mean, yeah. There's always that. So anyways, aside from hurting yourself, you done anything good this week?
I did work some more on my minis, on my riders. It's a little slow going, but I am putting some paint here and there. It's really cool because I decided to get some little contrast, not contrast paint, just an actual nice contrast by hand. So I think they're turning out really, really neat. I'm not sure if this is going to turn out because I've got all kinds of lighting issues going on here. So anyway, so I think it's turning out to be really, really cool. There's good shading, good lighting. I love the OSL effect that turned out.
We
for my
love that
writing.
darker blue tone that you use, and not that Easter egg pastel blue.
Yeah, that's the whole thing, man. I didn't want to go with that old Easter egg thing. I didn't want it to look like an eggshell. You know what I mean? But the cool thing is, it still has a lot of elements that breaks it a little more than the ultras. You know what I mean? So it's not ultras. These are not ultras. So don't get all crazy. They ain't ultras. These are just my version is my Space Wolves, man. Little nice.
It's looking really good.
Thanks, dude.
And actually, you putting your hand up there like that really, I don't know, must block out some of the shine there because the color's showing through pretty
Oh,
nicely when you do
good,
that.
good. That's what was
Um, so good. I mean, that's really awesome. I'd like to
going.
argue with Thomas, my brother here in the chat. He says he's done a lot of nada because his work's been so busy. But
That's a
actually,
lot, bro.
I'm going to drop a little spoiler here. Archer
Come
throwing a little
on,
teaser.
man.
But okay, so yeah, to Thomas, my brother, you have done some hobby this week, and I always like to encourage when we do these talks. We talk about anything that we do that's hobby related, right? We might get in here and talk about minis, but then Freak's going to tell you about how he was, hunting down Bigfoot last weekend. And the week before that, I was told you how I was lighting up zombies in PSVR. So, what you have done this week in the hobby, my brother, you've put together a pretty awesome Wraith focused Eldar list, and you are planning some future 40K armies. And that's me I can do list building all day, right? I mean, I'd be the best at list building, but there's some fun to it. Some real thrill I get out of putting together the lists for my armies. Like, what if I did like right now, I'm already planning on, like, my white scars. I wasn't gonna put any um regular marine, like foot slogging marines in my army, but now I'm starting to think things like with some of the cool new codexes. I was talking to brother Steve today about a strategy they call in some battle reports called the gravity pod, where you load up uh, 8 um, gravity cannon hellblast, I mean not hellblast, devastators into a drop pod. You toss in a captain for some re-rolls. You give them a chaplain, just a basic chaplain and power armor. That way you can do the litany to give them the +1 to hit. You drop them down turn 1 in that drop pod. You play gravitic amplification, and now you're getting +1 to hit. I mean, yeah, they got the -1 because they moved with the heavy weapon, but they got the +1 to hit now with the litany. They've got the reroll ones from the captain, and all that's just a hit. You get a crap ton of shots with the gravity cannons. Then after all those hits, you're getting to because of gravitic amplification, you're getting rerolls to wound. So even if there's something high toughness, you're still taking them down, and you're getting rerolls for damage. So if you accidentally roll a 1 on that D3 damage, roll it again, get some more damage. So,
You said D. What?
huh?
What?
And so I don't know, that seems just like a lot of mess that you can bring down turn 1. And so I've been thinking about a gravity pod myself, and I'm like, man, it's not really thematic for me to put down foot slogging marines in my list, but who knows? I might do it. I
Do
might
it,
actually
bro.
just save that for my ultramarines. I don't know.
Do it.
I don't know. The tactic would work equally well with my ultramarines. I have one drop pod for my Space Wolves, but then I have another one that our awesome brother James hooked up for me secondhand, and it still needs to be stripped and put into my colors. And I'm trying to debate on whether I want to make that a white scars or an ultra drop pod.
Mm. Hold
But
on.
anyways, yeah. So just sitting
Let
there
me mute
thinking about
myself. Give me a
lists,
second.
that's pretty good hobby to me. It's all good. You done anything else hobby related this week, my man? You got on any of your video games? You done anything else fun? You watched any good movies?
Well, I did play. Oh, you know what I actually started playing, dude? The original Soma.
Nice,
I
nice.
started.
Really.
I started playing that, and it's like I've been meaning. I've had it on my game queue for such a long time. I was like, you know what? I want to play that. Oh my gosh, dude! It's a great game.
Soma is a really great game. In fact, I really loved watching both Darklight Dreamer and Oversoul Gaming play through that game. I loved it so much. I watched that Let's Play twice from two different Let's Players just because the story is so good.
Yeah.
It's got that. It does the creepy. I mean, while you're very seldom actually in true danger, it does that creepy atmosphere really well.
It had me creeped out pretty good. I mean, I was freaking out, and it's got a very interesting storyline. It's just I I I just didn't expect. I didn't expect. It's an older, so I guess I could talk about it. Huh? It's not like a spoiler, guys. If I'm always late to the party, so you
Yeah,
don't have to worry about
it's a
spoilers with me.
10-year-old game, so I won't worry
Yeah.
about
So
spoilers.
just to think, I was like, wait a minute, am I a freaking robot? Is that really happening? And all these, everybody that I'm talking to in this new universe, right? I'm like, what the heck? There's like, yeah, I'm human. Can't you see? These are my hands, And I'm like, what's going on? No, you're not human. You're a freaking robot, and you're retarded. Go away. So yeah, so it's been really interesting. It's really
That's
cool.
cool.
Um, but anyway, yeah. So I've been playing that. Of course, on occasion, I'll get with Nina Chick, and we'll try to kill um Bigfoot, although he still continues to elude us. And what's funny is that we came not pretty close. We came closer to injure him pretty well. We got him about half health, and he still beat us. So, but we're getting there slowly but surely, man.
That's awesome, man. I'm kind of jealous because I haven't played any video games this week. And normally, that's one of my ways to relax. But
Right,
it's been such a busy week for me. You and I have been talking on the road a lot this week. This week again, I was in Beaumont for most of the week. So
right.
just the back and forth drive, and being out there. We had a crazy, crazy week. Like I was out there for an accident. Oh, we'll go over that in just a second. So we had an active investigation that I had to be involved in between
Uh,
my company and another company. And because anytime you're dealing with two companies trying to do an investigation,
mm,
neither company ever wants to say that they're at fault. So
mm-hmm.
we it happened Sunday night, and we wrestled literally until about 6, almost, yeah, just after 6 the following night. So I got home basically in time to eat and go to bed. Like it was an
Jeez.
all day fun fest.
Yeah, we you definitely had a rough week of it, man. I mean, and I mean, and I guess I didn't share this last week, but we're in the process of trying to list our house to sell it. Did I cover that last week? Anyway,
I don't brought it up.
probably not, but anyway, so yeah, so we're looking to sell our house. We're not going to move too far away from where we are here. I like this area, but we just want to, we want to get something with a little more land, someplace that I can run around naked. So that's kind of what I want. Oh yeah, so I can go ahead and streak all I want, and not have the neighbors call the cops on me every time I do it while they're throwing up. So
So that's pretty cool. I mean, that's not really that's definitely more work than hobby, but definitely doing something to better, your what you do, right?
yeah, man, anything you
Better
can do to
your
go streaking.
position in life.
Exactly, streaking is important. Why is my phone going crazy? No battery. What?
Archer himself just finished a Phobos Capitan.
Ooh.
Archer, I'm tempted to steal that picture and put it up for Art of the Week so I can show them that awesome Phobos Captain. What you think?
Deal it.
You ready to share? You ready to share?
Deal
Let me know in
it.
the comments. Uh, he also has been digging the Warzone Morlock 40K battle reports, which they always do gorgeous battle reports. I definitely watched that one, Ravens versus Tyranids. That was a really, really good one. Interesting that you're going to be running a list kind of like his. I can't wait to see that. Uh, I mentioned that we can talk about hobbies other than just 40K. And Brother Thomas has said he's been working on It, Chapter 1 and 2. We got
Oh.
Atomic Dog Scale Model Freak in the house. Says hi Freak and hi Mean Toasts. So from today's thumbnail from our video earlier today, we were on the Edict Beer Unification group, and the awesome Nick Edict Beer 40K said that damn, you look really mean there, Mythos. And our man Red Beard Boss commented right below that, "You mean Minthos?"
Not to be confused with Mentos. Although they do have similar actions, you know, when you drop them in soda, they fizz a lot.
I'm sure you guys probably know all throughout being while I was growing up, I got called Mentos, the French maker. It was just easier for them to say for some reason.
It is.
Brian says, "We're streaking. Come on, everybody, let's go streaking." Hey, Archer said you can if you want. Freakalicious, you mind adding that to Art of the Week?
The streaking?
Huh?
Streaking
The
pictures?
Archer's Phobos captain that you
Oh.
posted a little earlier.
Yeah. Let me see if we can put it on
It's so not the quality of your usual stuff, though. Are you kidding? That stuff is top notch.
Okay.
This is definitely Art of the Week material.
Let's see. Hang
Also, I
on.
was looking at, I did a little zoom in, and I really like the way you do eye lenses, man. You definitely keep like the black in the recesses of the lens, and it kind of fades to red. It looks great.
Where is it? Did you send it to me, Mythos? Who did you
No,
send it
no,
to?
it's just in the. It's not that far back in the actual. I'll just pull it. But you got to talk real quick while I focus.
Okay.
You have to say something coherent.
Oh, okay. All right. So Brian, is tonight taco night, bro? You know, I think you kind of switch it. Sometimes you go Asian. So I'm not
But
sure if
mostly
tonight is
tacos.
mostly is tacos. So I'm not sure if tonight is taco night or Asian night. You ought to do Italian tonight. Let me see. Let me see where you are, bro. Sorry, the corn red layers up to an
Nice.
orange. Very nice.
Thomas also says his top Archer does top quality work. I agree. Comic Dog Scale Model Freak says Mythos was posed like he was on Salt magazine.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good.
That's awesome. Brian, my man, we were just talking about hobby update. What you been doing this week, man? What you got for a poke chop?
I like pork chops.
Myself, I didn't do a whole lot of hobby stuff except for today. I did get to work from home today, so I had a crazy week, but I got to work remotely today, so that was a nice little exchange. Like the rest of my week was like balls to the wall busy, but today I got to work from home. So today I did a flyer stand, and this is my second. Oh, I guess we're jumping straight to Art of the Week.
Sorry, I'm flipping again. Hold on. All right, flipping back.
Here's
Sorry.
Archer's Phobos captain. Oh no, there he goes.
Sorry.
There's Archer's Phobos captain. Looking
Yay!
good there. And nice creamy white. Definitely, it is not too bright. It definitely, you can see some highlights. It looks good.
Creamy.
It looks good. White is not an easy color to work with. And I know he
No.
made several chops and changes, and he did it over several times, but it looks like a nice smooth blend there now.
Made it happen, man. Really did. Good job, bro.
And I really like those red lenses on the white armor. It really pops.
Yes. It does make a difference, man. I'm glad you went with red, not the green or lemon yellow.
Because then it might be like yellow snow.
Right?
He says he redid the white armor 6 or 7 times. I know that paid, my brother. When I first started the white towel that I'm working on, I stripped that about 6 or 7 times as well. And
Oh,
I was
man.
like really, really feeling almost ready to give up because I'm like, why did I accept a white armor commission? But actually, I'm really glad that I did it because getting some experience with all that white armor is, I think, why I got the confidence to be able to do white scars now.
You're definitely getting a lot of experience now, aren't you? I mean, you're actually. Oh,
Between white town, white armor, white scars, definitely getting some experience.
yeah.
Speaking of which, just going to show you briefly, but definitely, I feel like all that white armor has kind of paid off in the experience because, I've got some white armor with tonality and hot spots and bright areas, and I'm really confident in my white painting formula now.
Guys, hold that back up for me, please. Okay, hold it up. Okay, guys, I'm gonna tell you straight up. I am super freaking lit proud of Mythos and his airbrush. He did this airbrush, yo, by hand. Airbrush. I'm like, holy cow, dude, this is so crazy. You did this on a white model. Dude, that is insane. It's funny, we were talking about it and he was just bouncing ideas off him, and I can envision how it would how it would go along. Man, he sends me a picture. He sent me that, like, dude, that's what I envisioned. And you executed it.
Thank you so
Crazy,
much.
man. Awesome work, man. Jeez.
So I'm definitely very I mean, not very, very super confident, but like I'm very comfortable with my white armor formula now. I also did the base today, or started it anyways. And of course, I did the whole wrap it in saran wrap and tape it
Right.
up because I want to be able to airbrush it on the stand, but I don't want to.
Right.
Paint white is the devil, for sure. I want to be able to airbrush it, but I don't want to mess up that nice clear flight stand.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I had to rip it off the stand and do it again because I did like the other flyers I've had, the Storm Wolf, Storm Fang, that I've used before, and they usually mount in the middle of the stand, right? The And that's because the base of the stem goes up into the middle of the flyer,
Mm-hmm.
and it kind of has a nice counterbalance that way, right? Well, the Xiphon Interceptor has missiles in the middle of the underbelly. So the cross section is at the back here. I didn't realize that at first, so I put the stand in the middle like I always do. And when I put the flyer on, because it's at the back, it kept wanting to tip it forward. So I had to rip it off. Thankfully, the epoxy hadn't fully set. And so that way I had to put it all the way at the back. So that way I could put it on and it'll counterbalance a little better. Plus, what I had to do was I had to take some cork and cut a slant into it because the angle on it is sitting kind of weird. And when I was putting it on the stand, it made the Xiphon kind of tilt a little forward, which made it even more want to kind of pull forward. So I slanted it and then kind of cemented it in place with epoxy. That way it'll sit up a little straighter, more like like an X-wing or something like that.
Nice.
So that was it. That was a little bit of work. Oh, last weekend I did get some work done on the jet bike. I don't have any close-up pictures or details, but you can kind of see like my instrument panel is done, a lot of the gold details and stuff like that. And then something that's really cool, you probably saw some pictures up in the unification group, did some of the triangles for the tribal markings, courtesy of a tutorial by Grumpy Guy Gaming. My freehand triangles before that were terrible. Let me see if I can find, I think it's my pack leader. Sergeant. Yeah, so my freehand triangles were terrible before. All right, so you can. I'm not going to get super focused. Oh, actually, that's pretty
That does
focused.
look good. Yeah.
So if you look on the legs there, the triangles are not sharp at all, right? I mean, it's got a vague triangle shape, but they are not like sharp and angular like triangles are supposed to be. And that's because I just could not make a straight line without making it come out it always came out rounded looking. And so anyways, I asked Grumpy for the tutorial, and I got to see his method, the way he drew the lines, the way even seeing what kind of brush he was using was helpful for me. So the long skinny brush actually seemed to work really well for painting lines. So I watched his technique, I practiced it on paper a few times, and the triangles on my jet bike came out much sharper. So I'm really pleased with that. So I've got some extra bits in on the way. The bike is mostly done except for some of the extras I want to dress up on it. I want to add a few little spear bits, a couple more decorational shields. I've got, oh crap, I knocked some stuff off my desk
Don't
earlier
do
today.
that.
Well, it's around here somewhere. I've got a little ceremonial dagger bit that I thought would be perfect to hang off of the bike too, if I can find it. But yeah, so I've got some cool little bits to add on. Plus, I got some yeah, also the shield thing from the Death Watch guy. I'm definitely going to be mounting that on the wrist. That'll be the buckler for the con. And what was really interesting, I was looking at um, some of the tutorials and stuff like that, and I didn't realize, mostly when I'm doing my Thunderwolf Cavalry or whatever, I'm used to putting the shield on one arm and the melee weapon on the other. But for the cons, apparently the buckler is supposed to go on the same arm as the spear arm. So I'm glad I actually looked that up before actually working on the project. But yeah, I think that shield from the Death Watch guy is going to make a great buckler because it's got the little tribal designs on it and stuff like that. It's going to be really cool. Putting that on, I've got there the and I'm not even sure if they still make this, but I got the resin White Scars bike upgrade sprue. So it's got some of the additional tribal shields and stuff like that in there. I might mount onto the side of the bike. Like I found some little spear bits I want to add on. It's just some stuff like the bike is done if I just want it to be a jet bike, but it's the extra little tribal bits I want to add on to really make it a White Scars bike, right? Something worthy of a con. So it's kind of what's kind of cool is these little spear bits um, that I'm adding on are from the Age of Sigmar and Warhammer Fantasy Marauder horseman bits. They just make great bits for White Scars kind of tribal stuff, and the reason is that the Chigorians, the Mongols of 40k, they come from a planet where they all do hunting by horses and stuff like that, right? They've got the whole Mongolian thing going on, so a lot of the same trappings from that Marauder cavalry rider set are great little trappings to put on somebody else who hunts and roams around on horses. So that really makes for great little White Scar bits. So I've definitely ordered up a bunch of old Warhammer Fantasy pieces so I can dress up my con's bike, and really make it stand out as something special. And I'm not going to lie, my creativity did not drum up these extra little bits and features. Bell of Lost Souls has a video where one of their team members has a Khan's bike, I think for 30K, but still he dressed his up with a lot of the Warhammer Fantasy Marauder bits, and that's where I got the idea to do it because I was like, man, that looks good. So I stole the idea from there, and I'm definitely going to use it to really dress up my con. I mean, I'm stealing the overall idea. The bike will probably not look the same afterwards, but still, it's my starting point, right? And I think Freak and I were talking about this a lot the other day, that a lot of what we do in the hobby is seeing what other people do, finding something we like, and putting our own twist and take on it until it's our own, right?
Right. I mean, that's in everything artistic, including music. I mean, you probably heard a song that sounds like probably 40 other different songs out, in the music industry, and it's just because they just have some similarities, some subtle differences. No creativity.
Exactly, exactly. Just like if you go listen to really any Creed song, it sounds like all the other Creed songs.
You're right.
Everybody's like, "Oh, I know that one. That's Arms Wide Open, right?" Nope.
Right. No, no.
Oh,
It sounds just
that
like
higher?
it.
Nope.
Nope. Sounds just like it.
Well, I think all their songs are either higher or Arms Wide Open. I don't know what you're talking
Sounds just like it.
about. So, and if anyone out there is a Creed fan, I apologize. It's just a lot of their songs do kind of sound very similar to me. And I
Well,
like them, by the way. What If is one of my favorite songs of all time.
yes, it's true. I actually have a video of him karaokeing it. Did pretty good about it.
No, it's a wolf.
Is
Is that a wolf?
that a bike? Those are bikes.
Um, yeah, I think the jet and the bike are the only things I've done all week, Freak. So I don't have much hobby to talk about myself. I finished watching this week the Let's Play for Rise of Insanity, and that was really good. And it had an ending that really made you think about it. That was pretty awesome.
That was really
Gamecraft
good.
Dragon, we got Big D in the house.
Hey, how's your game?
Yeah, let us know how you did. Zane won't make it, by the way. I suppose I should have opened the show with that. By the way,
Oh, I
our
know.
amazing Gray Hunter Zane will not make it tonight. He let us know that he wasn't going to be able to make it, and wished us a great show.
It's
So,
almost sad. It's almost like we have a eulogy going on. Zane didn't make it. Wait, let me do this right. Let me see here.
oh, the Gamecraft Dragon got murderized. That's unfortunate.
Zane did not make it.
Oh, there's one more thing I want to add to Art of the Week.
Hold on. I'm still eulogizing him right now.
I'm sorry.
Zane, we'll miss you greatly. He kept us. No, he kept me and you completely off our game every damn time we try to say something. Freaking Zane, why did you leave us? Okay, I feel better now.
Are we
All
good
right,
now?
yeah, we're good. I feel better now.
All right, so I guess it's a good time to jump into Art of the Week. Oh, Necron's wrecked his wolves.
Oh man, freaking Necrons.
Especially, and I know you're not a new player, but man, especially when I was a new player, Necrons wrecked my shit all the time.
Dude, yeah, are you kidding me? I mean, speak to choir, bro.
Oh man, I'm so sorry, Brian. I totally did not see you respond. And yep, there's a whole damn paragraph I just did not see. It's like I just blipped him out.
Wow. There you go. There you go. There you go. Mythos blipping people out.
Also, Archer, I totally know the feeling of just wanting to light the whole lot on fire. Um, I had that actually my very first huge commission when I was trying to do the faces on the sergeants, and I just could not paint faces at first. I just wanted to get all the sergeants together and light them up. And then just when this year, um, I took my 4-year-old Thunderwolf Cavalry, and it was a very, very basic, like my first month or two of painting paint job, and brought it up to all the skill I had mastered over the last 4 years, and gave it the best damn paint job I thought that anyone could give a Thunderwolf Cavalry. I was really, really proud of my work. And then, like, literally, like the next day, somebody said, "Hey, look at this Herald Deathwolf I painted. I think I'm going to do all my Thunderwolves like this." And I was like, I'm going to light my Thunderwolf Cavalry.
Oh my god.
All right, so he just began a Toy Biz 1/12 scale Thor figure. That's awesome. That's awesome. I saw that the box on your channel looks very cool. He also painted up 4 more boys, and I've got a video coming up, but I've got 10 boys to do myself for October. I'm building a 1/25th scale 1970 Dodge Challenger. Men
Oh,
Challengers.
okay. I'll be watching for that. I am a slight Mopar fan, so.
And he's finishing up the 1/6 scale Han Solo figure and Luke Skywalker figure. I'm interested to see how you dealt with. You had some definite seams there that you were concerned about. I'm interested to see how you dealt with those. I'm done. I'm gone. Where's my Pampers? I need to go. uh, Man, I'm doing this. It's Friday, and I don't think I could be uh, more thankful for it. I definitely know that feeling. Like I said, just investigations out the wazoo on the road all week. I'm so glad to just be home and ready to start my Friday tonight.
No, that's right. Here
Feels
they.
like this week has gone on for 3 weeks. Man, you are not lying, my brother. You guys see my Instagram? Couple shots of my work in progress for Armies on Parade. We about to get it right now. You mind if we share that around, Big D?
Big day.
Up, but before we get to Gamecraft Dragon, we got to like this picture of Anna Cherry.
Come on. All right, what are we doing?
We're about to go to Art of the Week, and while you pull up some Art of the Week, I'm going to pull some of Big D stuff, which we also have Lady Dragon stuff pulled up, ready to go for Art of the Week this week, my man.
All right, let's see. Right, so let me go back to putting some show music.
Oh, that's the board.
All right, let's see if we can get this right. Art of the Week.
That is not a cheap board you're putting together for Armies on Parade, my brother. You definitely putting in some money and some work. Hello, Brother Freak and Brother Brushlicker. What up, Mike?
Funny, it doesn't seem like it seems like Zane is still here. I just feel his presence here.
You know, it's like you and I were talking about Dresden before. You know, nature doesn't like a void.
Right, a vacuum.
So,
yeah, it's just
Zane's trolliness is not in the chat. Nature provided something to fill the vacuum.
Nature finds a way. Yeah. So, all right, I am trying to find this.
All right, what else can I steal from this guy's Instagram? I think this captain with the standard on his back, I think we've had that up on Art of the Week before. So I suppose I should not steal it.
Come on. Okay, so let me send it back to.
Oh, hey, that's pretty cool. I'm sorry, I'm just Instagram stalking now. We got a Vampire, Castiel, and Steven Universe. That's cool. That must be an older picture. I noticed your boy's not all bearded out there. The boards, that is a set of 6, and it was a gift from a friend getting out of the hobby. Oh, man. Wow. Freak, wait until you see Big D's board, and that was a gift. Man, Games Workshop.
What, the one you just sent me a pic of?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude, I'm looking at it now.
We got Clay Dog in the house. By the way, congratulations on getting what you sending me a picture of, Freak?
Oh, this is Lady Dragon stuff.
Oh yeah, okay. Just put it in the chat.
Yeah, so I can put it on there.
Part of the week.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see. Let's see if I can make this happen. There we go. There we go, Stewie. There we go. Oh my God, my dog is. That's not even my dog. It's my daughter's dog. You hear him?
Yeah, I hear him.
Freaking Bet's buddy. Hold on.
That's Buddy.
Yeah. So I'm gonna mute my mic to OBS. You'll hear me, but the channel won't. So pardon me if I'm screaming here. Hang on.
All right, the Lady Dragon and the 2 kids. Yeah, he was like 16. Yeah, I figured it was an older picture.
All right, there you go. There you go.
No, we'll show it already, a bunch of slackers. we're about to start Art of the Week. He's just getting some things together.
Sorry, I have to yell at my daughter's dog. Anyway.
So this is I'm not very good with my Dark Eldar. I want to say a Venom from Lady Dragon's Dark Eldar.
It's a jet bike, right?
Very cool. I like the color fade there. Red and black look very sharp and striking together.
I do like that, yeah. It has sexual
That is really, really cool. And man, those things lay out some serious damage.
Yeah.
They're very, very good at killing infantry.
I do like these brushes, Mythos. Man, I'm really liking this.
But anyways,
That's another.
actually,
That's a different one. That's a different pick. Is it the same pick or different pick? No, it's a different pick.
yeah, that one is I can't remember what their jet bikes are called, but that's a Dark Eldar jet bike. Somebody help me out here. I'm very terrible
those are
with Dark Eldar.
those are bikes,
I
right?
might be inheriting some sometime soon, so it might be good for me to go ahead and start learning this stuff.
That'd be a good idea. All right, let's see what else we got here. Oh my goodness.
Send you one more thing because I'd like to congrats Clay Dog there in the chat. That is a Reaver. Okay, so their jet bikes are called Reaver jet bikes.
Reaver.
I vaguely remember hearing that. Thank you, everybody in the chat, because man, I was struggling. I need to learn my Dark Eldar. I just know that they're things that speedily kill me.
So, here's the stuff that you said was sent to Brother Clay, or I mean, Brother D, Big D. Hold on, let me send it now. There we go. The Big D.
That is a cool, very cool Armies on Parade board. And I can't wait to see what you do with that and how you lay out your army there with it.
And what happened? He won that?
He got it from a friend getting out of the hobby.
Oh my gosh.
It was a gift.
What?
By the way, there is Big D on the Instagrams if you want to go hit him up.
Don't hit him. He'll hit back.
But if you want to hit him up, if you want to follow him on the Instagrams, there you go. See all his awesome hobby pictures and stuff. That's going to be really cool. There's another picture of it from a different angle.
Yep, stand by. Stand by, Captain. There we go.
Man, a set of 6 boards as a gift.
That's pretty awesome.
PW terrain is not cheap.
No, it is not.
That's a good looking board there.
Not in any.
Man, from that angle though, like I really like that angle because that's the kind of angle that makes me start thinking like, where could I put my units behind the walls? Where am I going to have my Thunderwolf cavalry charging out of? That kind of stuff.
Yeah, I do like that. How big is that? A full 6x? No, what is that? How big is that?
There's a certain size that they require for Armies on Parade.
Right.
Big D probably knows because he's building some boards right now. Big D, what's the size for an Armies on Parade board?
That right there looks almost what do you call it? That looks like small scale gaming there.
6 board set is 300. Not 300. Woo! $375.
Oh, I just threw up in my mouth.
Good Lord, that's a lot of money.
Good Lord, ain't nobody.
It looks like the measurement is 2x2, freak.
Gotcha.
Oh, 6 boards are 2x2 each. 6 at 2x. That's math.
Yeah, I can't.
Freak, that's math.
I can't.
Freak, what do I do?
I can't. I'm not Asian. I'm only Asian when I eat Asian food. Sorry. That is not at all offensive because I'm Asian. What?
See, that's how you stop the commentary on this chat, ladies and gentlemen. You give us some math to figure out.
Right? Cold. We were like... All right, and don't forget to smash that like button in the name of the Emperor. Time to go.
Oh man, Freak may know this actress Diane Carroll passed away today. Bummer. She was a very serious diva in Dynasty.
Wow. She was the main character on Dynasty, actually. Wow. I didn't know she was still alive. Good God.
Okay, so Freak, you were right, man. That is a standard 6x4 40K board.
Sweet.
For some reason, I was thinking that it had to be smaller because of the Armies on Parade regulations or whatever. That's very cool, brother. I can't wait to see you get your army set up on it. Also, I don't know if I'm gonna ever make it, to Milwaukee to get a game in, but man, I would love to play on that board someday.
I know that's right. That'd be pretty cool. Ding dong. All right. We're here to play on the board. Who are you?
Armies on Parade board is 2x2 only. Okay, there we go.
Okay, so that's specific. Gotcha.
Mythos. Okay, freak. Next. I forget Mythos is a youngling. I don't know how to take that, right? On one hand, I like being called the youngling. I'm not sure I appreciate that it's easy to forget that I'm a youngling.
Yeah. He reminds me on occasion, Brian, that I am an much older individual. And yeah, he's been doing it for quite some time. So I'm actually enjoying this.
I think I would rather be old and have people forget that I was old than be younger and people forget that I'm younger.
Yeah, the problem is that they look at me and they don't forget that I'm older. They're like, oh, yeah, freak's old as dirt.
Yeah. I'm going to need to, go get some, skin treatments and some rejuvenating creams or something. That's it. Freak, I've got to go work on my image. You're going to have to do the rest of the
Thanks a lot, Brian. He plug pulled. Thanks a lot. He actually did it. You did it. He plug pulled. Thanks, Brian. So, Brian, there's an opening for a Wolf Brother. We're doing auditions.
Well, you're taking auditions for a Wolf Brother. We got Brother Thomas in the chat.
Yep.
We got Gamecraft Dragon in the chat. Yep. If you took Brian, you'd have to take an Orc Brother.
See, yeah.
It's all the luck that you're vamping from other people Mythos.
Although he hasn't had that great of luck this go around. He's been really struggling, so. And
it makes it hard to gauge your actual age. See, this is why I like this guy. Archer's been promoted to the favorite in the chat tonight.
Wow, you got promoted? I almost
Mythos
wish we had
the brush slicker. He's right. I wish I had something to paint on right now.
Why, are you hankering for some paint in your belly?
In my belly. Get in my belly.
My belly.
Big D says, considering Mythos, I've been playing D&D for longer than you've been alive. That's fair.
Wow.
Thomas says, thank you. Oh, also, if you decide to replace a Wolf Brother in the show, you've got both Brian and Mike in the chat to compete for that spot.
That is true. And that's a lot of... But the thing is, you got to understand, you guys got to actually get in the zone and look at the camera and say, "What is up, beautiful people? I am your Wolf Brother, fill in the blank." And you got to say it just like that, or you just...
Mike says he just wants to lick something.
Well, you know what? That is part of the interview process, right? So if you do that and do at least 5 licks within a 10-minute period, you're in.
Like during the interview, there's just a cup with brushes, just facing up,
just
in between you and the person interviewing.
Yeah,
and you're just seeing how long they can resist.
Yeah, and don't think just because you're gonna swallow some paint that's gonna make it. So you don't pick up the bottle of paint, start chugging. No, you disqualified when that doesn't work that way. You have to actually pick up the brush and start.
All the talk about licking, Big D says he needs an adult now. Oh, that's something I forgot to comment on your video the other day. I'm also a big fan of Dragon Ball Z Abridged. I think I need an adult. I am the adult. No! Dragon Ball Z Abridged is hilarious. All right, next art of the week, Freak. You mind pulling up that thing from Clay Dog?
Yep, let me...
I want to throw him a big congratsos on this.
Clay Dog. Let me see here. Clay Dog. When is it? Mythos. There are several things in here, Mythos.
It's the one that's a Facebook post with yellow arrows.
With yellow arrow? Okay.
Yes, Super Kameguru is my favorite
Got it.
character. Oh man, I love Super Kameguru.
Oh, that's right.
Nail. Kick his ass.
There we go. Oh my goodness, this is.
Oh right, so we've actually had this up on Art of the Week before. This beautiful, I think that's the Executioner version. Yep, that's the Executioner. This beautiful Executioner that Clay Dog did with the flames on it and everything. And actually, if you look down, Warhammer 40K's official page commented on it. It says, that is bonkers, absolutely jaw drop.
I got to hand it to him.
That is so cool. When you have, the creators of the game themselves telling you how epic your work is.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Man, I can't tell you how many freaking salamander models I painted, and I'll be honest with you, that is by far one of my favorite. I mean, this is just gorgeous work, bro. Good job. Good job.
Yeah, man. Definitely send us some pics, and we will definitely put up an Art of the Week whenever you're done. And actually, and that goes for any of you, we love encouraging that, those of you amazing people in our chat participate in Art of the Week. Send us your submissions. We would love to put your work up.
Yeah, we'd rather do that. Yeah, we'd rather get you guys on here showcased than people we don't even know.
Like earlier when we were begging Archer.
Yeah.
So we love having y'all stuff in our chat. First of all, wait, while I'm looking for Clay Dog's Instagram for Gamecraft Dragon, I have to stop and like this picture of Alexa Bliss real quick. All right, now I can continue.
Oh, yeah.
The Instagram is Clayton Bieber, all one word. I'll spell it out for you.
Oh my goodness, this is so tedious.
You can see all his amazing hobby goodness. And man, there are very, very, very few people that we ever have in Art of the Week. Oh, there it is. That can even come close to Clay Dog's work. It's amazing. It's humbling.
It's intimidating.
It's like one day I want to be able to paint like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the cool thing is how he actually did, because like I'm a fan of making, doing flames and stuff.
What up, James Meeks?
So that's one of the hardest things is to do the freehand for the flames. Mine didn't come out as vibrant, so again, my hat's off to you, man. That just looks so good. One day I'm gonna be like that. One day. But not today.
Were you about to call him Satan?
You shut your mouth.
So, there's so many people I want to be like when I grow up. I want to be like Kenny Boucher.
Oh,
I want to be like Clay Dog. I want to be like Rob from the TMP. I want to be like Grumpy from Grumpy Guy Gaming.
Right? Beast modes, man. These guys are just ridiculous.
Heck, I want to Bjorn like James Meek there in the chat. What up, brother?
Hey.
Just got my new SOTAR 2020. Nice. And the Kill Team starter box today. You're a happy man today, aren't you? Big D, next time we have you on the show, I caught something that you said today on Facebook, and I'd really like to have another face-to-face discussion next time you're a guest. But it's crazy because I hear people talk about master airbrushes all the time and all the problems they have with them. But man,
what did he say? I'm curious.
Oh, he just said that he started with the masters, had nothing but trouble out of it. He upgraded to the Iwata.
Oh wow! Because we cut our teeth on the masters, and we
Heck, I actually hopped over to Badger for about 4 months and then jumped back.
Yep.
Which makes me feel silly for the amount of money I spent on the Badger. But anyways, Lars, brother, good to see you, my man. Lars, the man who only watches 5 seconds of any video and makes Snapchat.
is true. Boy, he was ready to cut down on Grumpy. Who is this guy? You're dead to me. Yeah.
Brother Meeks, you got a link? I'm just saying. You got a link? All right. If you got a link, man, if you're still finding nice prices like that, hit us up on the Facebooks. Yeah, I do want to upgrade to an Iwata eventually, just because I feel like, having used Freaks a little bit, it's similar enough to a Masters, which makes sense because a Masters is a knockoff Iwata. It's similar enough. I think that would be the perfect upgrade for me. I think because it's so different from the Badger. The Badger's a great brush. A lot of famous YouTubers and artists do phenomenal work with the Badger. It was not the right brush for me.
There's a learning curve on that thing, and I'm
like whenever I see Brother Rob using it from the TMP, like earlier today, he's got an amazing tutorial out. He put out the day before yesterday. Go check it out. He was making bases, flagstones. He was airbrushing individual bricks. That's how good his control is.
Wow.
I was just like, I'm sick watching this.
And he was using his Badger doing that?
I almost unsubscribed out of jealousy. But I mean,
screw this guy. He's too good.
His accuracy was so on point. But anytime I'm using Badger, I feel like I'm slowly pulling back on the trigger. Slowly. Nothing. Trickle shotgun. Bam. What? I'm like, why does this keep happening? So if I wanted to base coat a Land Raider or paint the side of my house, my Badger's the perfect airbrush for that. But I felt like in order to do the fine-tuned stuff that I got accustomed to, doing the learning curve with the Masters, I went back to Masters.
Right.
Especially since, like, you know, if it falls apart on me, it's only another $17.99.
So true.
You know, I mean, it's hard to resist something that I can. The price to replace a part on most airbrushes is the same price to just get a new Masters airbrush.
Yeah, the cool thing about the Iwata is that you can get all the parts from Hobby Lobby, all the replacement parts. So they are very easily, readily, and they're not expensive at all. All the needles, replacement needles, in case you go oops, and even some of the tips, the nozzles, you can actually replace them.
I actually had more constant clogs with my Badger, and it's probably just because I understand how to take care of my Masters better than I understand my Badger. But I actually had that problem way more frequently with my Badger, and I always felt like it was the exposed needle at the end that would do that. It can cause a lot of dry tip issues for me. And trust me, guys, none of us guys like having dry tip.
No, anyway, not at all. I'd like to talk about that because that is an issue for most men. I kid.
Meek says, I have the Iwata, but I couldn't pass up on the 2020 price. He got the Sotar 2020 for $80. Nice.
What?
I was just doing the same thing with my Iwata on that board. See, that's it. I'm going to have to unsubscribe from Big D. All these people airbrushing single bricks. You guys make me so jealous. No, man, that's really impressive. That's awesome, bro.
Hey, dude, I seen what you did to that jet, or that jet, that flyer, man. Looks freaking amazing. So I don't want to hear your crap. That looks good.
Like, my airbrush skills are coming along all the time.
Heck yeah, that's what it's all about.
They're not quite what you guys do, but Big D, I can't read that out loud.
Let's see, put it on here. I'll do it. Let me see what he's writing on there. Wait, where's he Wow. You're right. I don't think I can. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're just gonna move on. Wait a minute. Don't anybody tell Zane, because that got through. Zane says
Oh,
poopy,
yeah.
and he gets flagged
You know,
all the time.
but that was kind of on the cool though, right?
Yeah, yeah.
There was nothing obvious about that one. There's nothing that would be automatically
Oh
flagged.
my god, poor
Toy
Zane.
Dog says he ended up in the hospital last time he dry tipped. James Meek says, "Wow, dry tip joke so soon in the show." This is kind of what our show has turned into while you were gone, Brother Meeks. We start this during Art of the Week now. We just
Yeah, it
go
gets.
ahead and start the show at 13 years old.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Lars has yet to take the airbrush plunge. Probably should, but he may have been avoiding it mentally. He's not sure.
It happens. It
I
does.
kind of was the same way. Actually, I was like that even after Freak bought me my first airbrush.
Mm-hmm.
I tried it a couple of times, and okay, I've mentioned this before. You guys who know your Wolf Brother knows that one of my greatest character flaws is that Mythos must be immediately good at something or he's not interested in it.
This is
So
true. Very true.
Mythos also frequently talks about himself in third person. So with that character flaw, Freak bought me the airbrush, and I felt bad. I tried it for about a week, and I'm like, man, I'm always going to suck at this. And then I just put it up on a shelf. And it's funny because I was punishing, and Brother Rob talks about this a lot. I was punishing that inanimate object because I was screwing up. Like, yeah, it's its fault. But yeah, I left it alone for a while. And actually, while I was frustrated, it kind of gave me a different kind of determination because while I had that sitting up for about a year in the cabinet, I actually got good at learning other techniques like wet blending, glazing, things like that. So actually, I think my rebellion against airbrushing actually led to me actually having some pretty good hand brush skills.
And I'll be honest with you, there was times that I asked him, dude, did you airbrush this? I get excited because I'm thinking, oh my God, did he break his airbrush finally? Mm-mm. Nah. Nah, he said, no, I did it by hand. I was like, oh, you suck. Well, you just told me it was great. Well, I thought you did it by airbrush. No, I did it by hand.
Some great tips from Big D there in the chat. So, and I used to have this problem at my old apartment. I don't know if you remember, Freak, but his compressor is so loud that it disturbs the neighbors. So he got to do it earlier in the day. Of course, I
Yeah.
had that really cool circular compressor for a while,
Yep.
the tool shop one.
Yep, pancake compressor. That thing put out a lot of pressure. I mean, if you had a nail gun, oh yeah, you can do some stuff.
Actually, I used it to inflate one of my in-laws' tires once.
Dude, that thing's so cool. I mean, and it stores,
Just take off the pressure gauge so it
yep,
doesn't limit it down to what we usually do for the hobby.
right.
Take off the pressure gauge and then boop, retire. But it was so loud too. I used to have to airbrush. Like I couldn't airbrush past something like 7:30 at my apartments because people would complain. So it was like, oh man, I need to do some work. Oh wait, no, it's too late now. But for regular ones that are probably not meant for tool shops, uh, Big D says just put the rubber feet up on foam blocks and it's near silent. That's pretty awesome. Actually, I
Not
can do that in mine here.
not the one he had. No, that was actually
Oh yeah.
mine. That thing was just loud. I mean, I actually, and the problem is you can't cover it up because it needs to breathe. If it gets too hot, you'll get condensation like crazy. So yeah, it was really bad.
But it got me through for a while.
It sure as hell did.
I think though when you moved up compressors, and then I got your old compressor, and that was actually meant for what we do with the hobby.
Right, a lot
It was
quieter.
more quiet, and I was able to set it up at the desk. That was also when I moved out to the farm,
Mm-hmm.
so I got my own little hobby desk. And I think having a place where I could have the airbrush set up all the time really is where I started getting comfortable airbrushing because there was no take it down, set it back up, take it
Right.
back down, set it back up. I could just make sure I clean it whenever I'm done with it.
Yeah, you were more exposed to it.
So, and then of course I got Brother Kyle gave me his AdMech army then too. So I had a brand new army to practice with, and I think almost my whole no, I'm pretty sure almost all my AdMech army is airbrushed.
Yes, yes, it is. Every last one of them.
So that was definitely a good time to practice.
Gorgeous work, man. I mean, and you did really good with that.
Yeah, I definitely feel like to this day, my AdMech army is my best painted army.
Yeah.
I'd like we had that discussion with Roxas that sometimes when we go to the new um, Warhammer store here, that even though I play wolves, I often want to take my AdMech just so that way people can see how great of a paint job I did on it.
All
Yes, the
right.
Master is a decent low commitment one start. In fact, the Masters one is what I'm using right now. I have their upgraded compressor. Um, their I can't remember what size it is. I knew at one point, but it's I have their one that's not the little black box. It's a silver cylinder, and yeah, the Masters airbrush is what I'm using right now. Like I said, I'd switched over to a Badger Patriot that was almost $2 bills, and I feel silly for spending that money now because I went back to like to me the Masters just does what I want it to do better, or
Yeah.
rather, I'm able to do what I want it to do better with the Masters.
And I've been
But
sitting there.
like I said, I know the Badger is a phenomenal airbrush. I just am not capable of using it.
I did a comparison video. You guys go check it out. I don't know if you have a chance, but there's a comparison side by side between the that I did between the
Iwata
Badger
and
and the
Badger.
Iwata. Yep, yep. Because I have the Iwata Revolution. I love it, love it, love it, love it. Huge fan. So,
Okay, so his friend that gave him the retro noise marine, he was giving a friend who was working on some nights some hobby tips for painting. That's pretty awesome. He was so happy with the results. He's the one that gave him the retro noise marine. Archer, following up on the Masters conversation, says you can get a compressor and an airbrush for like $70 off Amazon. That's pretty
okay.
awesome.
Yeah.
Now the only thing is just knowing exactly how to maintenance and take care of it is the biggest thing for the Masters because some you can just give the rinse through and clean once in a while. The Masters you got to give the full cleaning to every night. Every time you're done with it, which I've gotten down to a process. I've got some I want a airbrush cleaner, and I keep a great big bottle of alcohol next to the desk. I keep a trash brush for scrubbing next to the desk. Um, so basically, I rinse it out with water. I squirt in use the actual trigger pressure of the Iwata air cleaner to clean out the insides. I scrub it down with a brush, rinse it out, shoot in some more, scrub it down, pour it out, scrub it down, pour it out. Then I rinse through some alcohol um, and make sure to keep backflowing it till it comes out clean, man.
Nicely done.
But yeah, so as long as I'm cleaning it every night, and then after I do all the cleaning in the cup, at the end of the night, I pull out the needle, I give it a once over with the airbrush cleaner and uh, little little not Brillo pad, but little soft scrub pad.
Yep.
Make sure none of the cakey bits stick to the needle. Good to go. Real professional terms here, guys.
Hey,
That's what we do on this show.
that's how we do it, man.
I would like to point out how we went from our usual 13-year-old. I find cleaning my airbrush therapeutic. It has become a really good ritual at the end of my painting session. It's like the cool down from a workout.
Yeah.
I got to agree with you, Clay Dog.
Yep. He's absolutely right.
But definitely, yeah, I like how we went from a whole bunch of 13-year-old dry tip jokes to really good in-depth technical conversation about airbrushes.
That's how we do, man. 0 to 60, baby.
That's what we do. What else we got for art of the week, brother?
Yep. Let's see. All right, let's see. Art of the week. All right, we did this. I do like this. This is actually pretty funny. Don't ever talk to me or my son again.
I like including the memes in this. I think I'm gonna start doing that a little more often. I always love we anytime we find similarities between two things, freaking, I always make the "don't ever talk to me" or "my son again" jokes. And so seeing it on two dreadnoughts, I just thought was perfect.
Well, let's see. What else does we got? Okay, this is pretty
My
cool.
pleasure, Clay, my man. Oh, this conversion. I've got like 6 or 7 pics of
Yeah.
this.
Yep.
This
Yep.
is a really cool conversion. So some of this is straight plastic card. His guard over the handlebars, that is the shoulder pad for a Centurion Devastator.
Really?
Uh,
This is plastic card and some of this stuff?
yeah, like that where that Thunderbolt is.
Yeah.
That Thunderbolt is plastic card.
Holy crap, man.
That plate that the Thunderbolt is on is plastic card. And he took the front wheel. You'll be able to see it better from another angle.
Okay, stand by.
He chopped off the front wheel and used some plastic card to extend, so it's more like a Harley chopper.
Oh, wow. I see it.
Now, see, this guy's got the buckler on the offhand. I'm so confused about this. This is Jay Garrett. Oh, you know what? I think we may have missed some of the names earlier. This is Jay Garrett, and this is this is on Facebook. He's a member of the White Scars 40K Facebook page. And that is an old Tomb King sword. You're absolutely right.
Oh, hang on. Sorry.
Dude, seriously love the weathered flame job on that repulsor. More awesome kudos to Clay. So yeah, I mean, I'm in love with this conversion, man. That makes a great con spear. This is a whole con on bike conversion. I really like how he did the extension for the chopper kind of feel. And I love actually how that Centurion shoulder pad um, looks with as a guard for his handlebars. And then kind of like my Outrider bikes, Freak, you'll notice he moved the guns from being mounted on the handlebars to mounted on the front wheels.
Yeah, that's actually pretty cool. I do like that.
Thousand Suns blade. I think they actually said that it came from the Tomb King set, but I could be wrong. Needs ape hangers. Is that a term I don't know about, Freak?
It's a bike. It's a bike thing. Yeah. That's when the handlebars are a lot higher, so you're kind of. That's why they call ape hangers because they kind of
Oh,
hang.
okay. Hey, that's the same shield I'm using for my con. Now, see, this guy's got it on the offhand, so now I don't know if I should put it on the off wrist or if I should put it on the same as the spear side. Because
Put it where you think it goes, man.
from,
Okay.
from what I had looked up and researched before, I thought it went on the same wrist as the blade. Does it matter?
I don't think it matters.
Anyone care?
I don't think it matters.
These are all good questions.
Yeah, because I mean, I'm in the same vein. Look, dude, we were talking about my shoulder pads on my Space Wolves, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it is what it is. You just put it on where you think it goes.
Mike, I thought of Akira when I saw this as well. Oh, the side panels right there with the Imperial Eagle, those are side panels from a drop pod missile launcher.
What?
The little underneath the big Thunderbolt, the side panels here with the skull and the wings.
Really?
Yeah, that's the side panel from a rocket pod from a drop pod.
Pretty crazy. All right. This one is from Warzone Studio.
This is pretty cool. Uh, it's got the Blood Angel symbol on the chest, but the cream color shoulder pads, I want to say it's Blood Ravens. Not really sure, but either way, it just looks cool. It's got some great, and the reason I selected it is because it's got some great shipping and weathering effects that really just make it stand out. Like it's been beat to hell and back again, you know. Plus, I love the OSL on the gun, and I love the little conversion bit on the tip of that plasma cannon.
Yeah. Yeah, that is pretty cool.
Got the Imperial Eagle in
Great
there.
glow. Great glow, by the way. Nicely
Hmm.
done. And then here's another shot of the same one. You can see the plasma really. I think that is Blood Ravens.
Apparently, Claydog really likes heavy weathering. Oh, so yeah, that is a Blood Raven.
Yep.
You can see that shoulder pad. That's got to be custom work. That's interesting.
Gorgeous.
Plus, I love the nameplate down at the bottom. I've seen places selling that metal nameplate to go on the bases of your minis. That's pretty cool.
It's gorgeous.
And it's funny because I'm not usually a fan of like stuff that's weathered like this heavily. Like I love the way Clay Dog weathers his stuff, but that's usually about as far as I like to see things go as far as weathering. But this one is beat to hell and back, and I don't know, something about it I just love. See, I'm more like this guy. I mean, not that I can paint to this standard, but I don't know. I love that factory fresh kind of look, and I love the pop and the colors on this. Right,
Bane.
like it looks yellow, it reads yellow, but if you look really closely, you can see a lot of browns and
Yep.
some reds in there. Actually, one of the reasons I picked this because it reminds me of the way you paint Yellow Space Marine.
Yeah, yeah.
Because if you look at the inside half there,
Yep. Right here.
you can see that dark, like rich chocolate kind of shading,
Mm-hmm.
right? If you look at the bottom of the shoulder pad, you can see definitely that, and I already know exactly what color it is. I've been painting with you so long. That's that beastly brown right underneath the Terminator shoulder pad,
Yeah.
right?
Yep. Absolutely. But that's exactly what I do. This is that non-metallic look that I try to emulate. Yeah, I love that. It looks really good.
Yeah, I don't mean to be that guy, but yeah, we are a little biased. Um, hey, here's something that's not Imperium. This is a great time. Thank you, Soshi. Uh, but yeah, so typically, Freak and I snag things for Art of the Week that catch our eye. And frequently, obviously, we like certain things, and things that are going to catch our attention
Yes.
are typically the loyalist stuff. Now, you guys can fix that. You guys can absolutely participate in Art of the Week, and you want to send us some chaos goodness that you would like shared on Art of the Week, we
We
can
will.
get you included in the process.
We will do it.
Be a democracy, and you can get your voice in too. You
Yep.
just got to put in a little bit of work for it. Just like you got to vote at the polls to get what you want, you got to make sure that you vote to get what you want on Art of
Wow. Getting serious up on her.
the Week. Now, let's go back to looking at the sexiness that Shoshi has provided for us.
We are doing it. Be
I
sexy.
really love Kingdom Death models, like a lot.
Dang, dude, slow down there. Sound like you really chugging there. Chug, 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 chug.
The more I talk during these sessions, the more I got to drink.
All right, sounds like you got a problem.
Love the highlights on the black of this cloak. And, I used to, when we put up these models, I used to try not to talk about it too much. You know what? I'm that guy. I'm going to go ahead and talk about it. Look at that ass. The reason why I'm picking, I want to point it out is because I love watching Soshi paint. Sometimes I just like watching her Twitch streams just because she has some, like, first of all, Shoshi's not bad to look at, but she also has some really great, like, when she's painting, she has a great capacity for painting skin, and thus, in her ability to paint skin really well, she paints like translucent garments and stuff like that really well. And no matter, like, I was subscribed to the Lady Heroes box from Asset Drop Heroines for over a year, and man, in all that time, granted, I only painted up about 5 of the months worth of stuff, but I still never, like, I feel like I've gotten pretty decent at doing skin on guys. But like here, if you look at that ass, and I'm going to point you directly to the ass. Can we zoom in on that ass?
I can try.
And I'm kind of being funny, but seriously, if you zoom in on the ass, like there is some really soft skin tone blending there that I just have not been able to replicate. When I'm painting a dude's skin, I'm expecting it to look, like I don't expect it to have that kind of soft quality look to it, right? I do a pretty decent job painting up skin on guys, but not that I'm going around painting asses, but I'm not really I don't really feel the need to try because I just cannot get the skin tone as soft as on these ladies. Like Lady Dorothy, I painted up from God, what's that steampunk game? Hell, I can't remember. But she's on a bike, she's on a motorcycle wearing a dress, and of course, since she's riding on the motorcycle, the dress kind of hikes up around her thighs, right? And I just could not get my skin blend tones like this. So, if any of you guys in the chat who have been painting for a long time, Play Dog, Big D, any of you guys who have some real, even Brian, I know you've been painting for a long time. Do you guys have any tips on how to get these soft feminine skin tone blends? I got a lot that I need to learn by the time Sisters of Battle come out this year. So, you guys got any tips? Please help uh, point
Brother
your work
out.
in the right direction. But that's why one of the reasons why I really have been focusing in on a lot of stuff. Doc Eon is another good one. Doc Eon is another good one. He paints up a variety of stuff every single week, and it's a lot of it's D&D minis, some of it is hassle-free minis, and I mean he does a huge variety. Some of it being like uh, sexy fantasy, like this Kingdom Death stuff here. Some of it, y'all, hassle-free minis has some straight up strippers that he paints sometimes, but he does a lot of practice, and he actually talks about how he pushes himself to practice that female skin tone. Female skin, getting that soft look quality to it is hard to paint. Mike says a lot of thin glazes.
Really? That makes sense.
Huh. Playdog says start with a light purple to pink, then translucent coats of skin tones over top. Next pick before wife walks in and wonders why we're talking about junk in the trunk.
Who's that,
Oh,
Brian?
yep, Brian.
Yeah, sorry, Brian.
there we go from butt to boob. Good grief. Lots of skin and lots of glazing layers. Good morning, Grumpy. Grumpy, my man.
Grumpy!
I was just talking about a topic that I need some guidance on. And you said if I ever need another tutorial, just ask. We were looking at this from Soshi's Minis, and I was talking about how I see stuff on like Dakion and stuff like that. And I've painted some stuff for Asset Drop's Female Heroes line. And also, I'm got Sisters of Battle upcoming and trying to capture really soft looking skin like that on female miniatures is definitely something. I've gotten some great tips here in the chat from the guys of working in thin glazes. I like this idea, starting with the light purple to pink and then adding skin tones on top. I'm going to have to try that out. That's a really, really, really excellent tip, Clay Dog. I can't wait to try that.
What does Grumpy
Um,
think?
but yeah, definitely. Oh, um, freak. Um, the Logan Grimnar is definitely one that I want to cover today for our art of the week.
Okay.
And of course, Big D sent us some chaos love because he is a master of the Death Guard.
Oh, yeah, here we go. Let's see. All right.
Save all.
Logan.
I don't believe that, Lars. I've seen your Sisters Battle. I know you've definitely done some good faces, my man. So this is Grumpy Guy Gaming, and I wanted to pop this in for Art of the Week. He says, by the way, Freak, this is the first Space Marine he ever painted.
Wow.
Look at that
Really?
face. Look at the pop and definition in that
Dude,
face and in that hair.
my first one looked like it was done by a 3-year-old with crayons.
Man, I know I covered that, and I apologize if this is duplicate material for those of you who saw this morning show. However, I just really wanted to pay tribute. This is like this was amazing to me. I really, really love this Logan Grimnar. Look at all the details, every rune in the cloak. Like that is just incredible. And all of those, by the way, are accurate. Those are actual Celtic runes, by the way.
Amazing
So
job. And this was the original metallic, right? The pewter?
yeah, that's pewter. That's a
Yeah.
pewter model.
There you go.
All the texture in the cloak. I love the power effect on the axe.
Is there anything else? There you are.
That's pretty awesome for a space puppy, says Mike Hawkins. That's such a lovely fig. Goddamn, I love classic fig, says Big D. Tom Dog Skill Model Freak says no emo, right?
Well, I don't know.
Figure probably weighs half a pound. It is a heavy little figure. And it is sitting on, right now, it's sitting next to my other figures on my shelf that I consider like legends. I've got Edict Beers, Iron Priest on Thunderwolf. I've got the Canis Wolfborn painted up for me by Kelly Anders, one of my sisters. And then I've got the Logan Grimnar sitting right next to the Canis Wolfborn. I, it's so detailed. I can even see the fleas on it.
Who said that?
Clay Dog. Frost axe, nice effect.
Oh my
He has a
god.
giant noggin.
Yeah.
Those were my first freehands too, man.
Wow.
I don't know if I believe all this, Grumpy. I mean, you seem like an upstanding guy. I don't expect you to lie to
I
me,
don't
but
know, man. You called him a
this doesn't
jackass.
look
You
like
called
a
him a
first.
jackass earlier, bro. So I don't know. I mean, you kinda,
This doesn't look like a first space marine.
I
Yeah,
was
I don't know if I
shocked.
can believe all
I
that.
said, "Whoa, whoa, bro! You just called homie a jackass? What the heck's wrong with you? You just declared war on the man. What? How do you do that?"
His noggin is so big it has its own planetary defense system. I really, really like the way that face and hair pops, though. I don't even know what skin color that is, but man, it just stands out so well. He says, "Well, I am." See, that's another one. I don't believe that for a minute, good sir. I don't believe that for a minute.
Well, you know what, man? I think we deal with far worse jackasses than you could be. So I think you're okay. We're
After all, I was just showing off earlier today when we were doing hobby updates. Um, that while while we were doing hobby updates, I was showing off the triangle tribal markings that you showed me how to paint.
oh, the
You know,
hand
thanks
stuff.
to your tutorial. Yeah, Big D says if he his head's so big, if he doesn't get haircuts, he gets small scales exterminatus.
Would you stop? I just missed. Dang it! God, I just passed my brush over something I should not have painted. Dang it!
Oops.
You had me cracking up, man. Jeez.
All right, Freakalicious. Our next submission is from Big D himself.
Okay. Let me switcheroo. Yeah, might as well do them. Nice.
That skin looks like the old elf flesh.
All right, let's see. Oh, where are we? Oh, who sent this?
Big D, the death card?
Yeah.
That's Big D's death
Ooh.
card.
Oh, very nice.
What is the new equivalent to elf flesh?
Mm.
Have some compassion, Brian. There's a delay from the time he presses the button for the time it loads.
Yeah, there is. There's a slight delay. Why is he
Man,
busting your chops about this?
awesome. That looks like a for real like earthworm that you dug up out of your front yard and put into a
It
base.
probably is. He probably just.
That is a straight up night crawler that I'm about to go fishing with.
Yep.
Okay, I'm about to catch me some bass with that thing.
Kick some bass, bro. Kick some bass. Okay, go to the next one.
That is hideous, but in a very cool way.
Man.
Very cool. I really like the use of the nickel oxide stuff that I see a lot on um, a lot of tutorials and stuff like that, but I never see it used in concert with Death Guard. Very cool, actually. That's a nice effect. Also, as an arachnophobe, your gleaming spider fang mouth is very convincing. I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight. Thank you. Really, Cadian's the new Elflesh? I thought Cadian was too dark. Verdigris. Nickel, not nipple oxide.
Nipple oxide. What?
Nipple oxide is what we use on that other miniature we were looking at.
Oh yeah, I like that one.
I like that scythe. Very cool. Great rusty effect. You're definitely going to need a tetanus shot if you get cut by that.
Oof. Oh, rusty and nasty. Serious tetanus shots, bro.
That's typhus, right? Pretty sure. That's that typhus that buffs all those zombies that kept kicking your ass.
Shut up. Bring that back to me.
Hey, you eventually brought back a list that fought them off, won the
Yeah.
game.
Yeah. I held them off, man. Yeah, that was pretty nasty. Really
Yeah,
nasty.
that is typhus. Typhus, by the way, is so powerful in Nurgle's kingdom that a lot of the times he doesn't even listen to what Mortarion tells him. He's like, "Hey, you're blessed by Nurgle. I'm blessed by Nurgle. Come at me, bro. 1v1 me." I mean,
Come
I'm
at me.
pretty sure those were his exact words.
Just like that.
Nipple oxide gets too hard when it's cold. That is an impressive looking Nurgle force, sir. I would not like to see that across the table from me.
Nope. I would be crying. Fetal position, the whole thing.
That board there is 31. Oh, three grand, 3,000 points of Death Guard.
Ooh, whoa.
That is more than any game I've ever played. I think
Whoa.
that's the most I've played.
That's apocalypse there, bud. Man.
Brian, who started the whole nipple oxide, says, "There it is. I knew someone would pull through." That's an impressive looking army, sir.
Indeed.
That's an impressive looking army. And you just got in some stuff from Nick, and you're about to get some more stuff in the mail.
Man.
Man, you're about to have like, I don't know. Actually, I'm bad with Death Guard, so I wouldn't even know how many points to take. But you got a crap ton of Death Guard, my brother.
Yep. Yeah, I played against Death Guard, and I wasn't a fan.
I think there's one more of the big man himself, Mortarion.
Let me see. Hang on. I didn't see that. Oh, yeah, I missed that. Hold on. I am.
Yep. This is a great time for me to bitch about how there are 2 Chaos Primarchs and 1 Loyal Primarch, and it's been like that for over 2 years now. Okay, Salt out of the way. Yep, that is a badass looking Matarian. I like the purple wings. I don't see like that kind of shade of purple wings on Matarian very often. I like it a lot though. Really offsets all that cream and green color. I like it a lot. Very cool work.
That's everything.
I will get all my Eldar out to show you guys one day. Definitely do it. That would make a great art of the week. See that massive Eldar collection of yours with all that beautiful freehand on it. I know I'm stealing the worm making trick for the what? For the Bullwhip snap. Faster, freak, faster. Not, Lars also says nice combo. Mike says look at those wings. Very cool. No airbrush on him. Wow, that big ass Matarian we were just looking at was all handmade.
Wow, dude, that's good work, man.
I'm spoiled now. Like having done the last couple tanks, my Sikaran
Tikarian.
and my Rhino, my um, not Predator, but Razorback, and now the Jet Fighter, all with an airbrush. Man, just thinking about hand painting a big vehicle or like that monster sized Primark all by hand just feels like a chore. If I could take some airbrush, some shortcuts with an airbrush for sure, definitely am.
Right.
Especially trying to get even coverage on something that big with a brush. Obviously, you pull it off. You've got great brush skill, but you got a lot of experience too. That's awesome, my man. You want to talk some GW news?
Yeah, yeah. Let's this around here. I haven't even set it up. Hang on. Let me throw some show music
Man,
for
you
a
get
second.
those better shots you're looking for, Big D, my man. We'll put it up again. Um, we're definitely impressed with your work, my man. Anyone have a solid list for Black Legion? You know, we definitely aren't the guys who are going to know, but some of these awesome people in the chat might. Lars says vehicles are why I'm wanting to get into the airbrush. It takes so long. Actually, you know what, Lars, my man? If you just want to dip your toe in the water, I have one of the. It sucks. It's the smaller black box air compressors. But if you just want to dip your toe in the water and kind of get a feel for it and do some just like base coating on vehicles and stuff like that, I've got one of these small starter compressors for the brush. You could just spend you a quick 17 or 20 bucks, get you a brush, and just dip your toe in the water and see if you like it.
Yeah, it's a maximum I think about 20, 25 psi, not a lot, but if you thin your paint, it's perfect, man. It'll do its job.
And then if you decide that you like it, you can take that next step. Like once you decide, hey, I do like this, or no, I don't like this, you take that next step. Then you can decide you want to get that next size air compressor, you know. But totally willing to let you use my smaller one as an intro.
Oh, hey, they'll be used to your smaller one. What?
I mean, I'm Asian, so the only one I've got to work with is the smaller one. Anyways, not many Marines in it. So is that one of those really big cultist bomb lists like Nick Nanavardi uses, where he's got like 80 cultists in a bomb that are all shooting their little, they're not bolters, but they're like auto rifles all at once, and then he's got the reroll support craziness? That's honestly the biggest issue with Chaos Marines these days. The Marines aren't very competitive. Yeah. I mean, they got some buff in their last codex, though. I mean, first of all, the fact that Chaos's version of Devastators can move and shoot without penalty. What? We had an episode about some of the buffs that Chaos were getting during one of our live chats, and the fact that like just their version of Devastators outclasses the loyal version in every way. It's pretty awesome. The fact that they can be toughness 5, like that just makes them way harder to kill. Anyways, I'm gonna stop bitching.
I thought I muted.
That is a great idea, Archer, my man. All right, so we're taking a look, and this is last chance to buy the old Sisters of Battles, which I think is great because they are clearing out their warehouses, getting ready for the Plastic Sisters. So unless you've been lost in the warp for the last year or so, battling for our very survival against the endless tide of demons, you'll know that our new range of plastic miniatures is on its way for the Adeptus Sororitas. In fact, we've had no fewer than 17 installments of the Battle Sister Bulletin covering the development of the range in greater depth than we've ever done before. And we've shown you some of the finished units too. So very cool. It's actually happening. They are clearing out the last of their Sisters of Battle stock, making way for the new. I am so hyped to play some Order of the Bloody Rose.
They're just gorgeous. Very beautiful.
I agree. Ultramarine Devastators and heavy weapons under the tactical doctrine are now bloody awesome. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right, Claydo. That's fair. I made that statement about the Chaos Devastators being better before Marines got the doctrines. The doctrines actually do make our Devastators actually on top again. Man, those Sisters Battle units look cool. I love the helmets. I love the robes. They just look great. Of course, this means it's time for our venerable range of Adeptus Sororitas miniatures to become one with the Emperor as their final duty is done. That means these babies are about to get out and go. Iron hands with heavy weapons are broken good. That is so fair. And they get that chaos thing too, where they can move and shoot with the heavy weapons. All right, let's scroll down, Freak. Let's take a look at what else there is. They're existing until Friday, the 18th of October. So if you want to get any of these classic models, it's time to get in. However, they've done nothing but the classic models for so long that if you wanted them by now, you would have had them by now, and most likely. But I have been putting off intentionally getting any Sisters of Battle. I've been wanting them for about 2 years now. But actually, this is one of the reasons. I am not a fan of a lot of the some of the tripping over my words. I'm not a fan of all of the older figures in their range. Some of them, like the I can't remember name. Lars, the Valkyrie type ladies with the Melta in each hand. I can't remember what they're called. Those were very cool looking models, but not all of the older pewter models are up my alley, but I love what they're doing with the new stuff. So I can't wait for them to put those out. Seraphim, yes. The Seraphim models are gorgeous. And I'm excited with what's to come with them too. But even the old Seraphim models were awesome. So that would be like one of the few units that I'm like, yeah, I would take an old unit of that. But I'm really excited that they're clearing out their stock because they are making way for the stuff I really want. Big D says, if I actually played Sisters of Battle, I'd think about it. They're pretty figs, but man, not an army I'd play. Fair enough, my man. Fair enough.
Good, bro.
I've been interested since I heard about them. And I love the artwork for all the Sisters of Battle. And I really, really love the artwork for Bloody Rose. Every time I try and buy that book on Amazon, it's out of stock. So I really want to get the book so I can read it, so that way I can know, some of that lore before the army comes out. I'm super happy and excited for the people that do. I don't need more of the old stuff, so still waiting. Makes sense. You've got a perfectly usable and very nicely painted, very sizable army of the old stuff already, Lars. So that makes sense.
Hey there.
Clay Dog says the best thing in the Iron Hands Codex is the Storm Talons. That's pretty cool. All right, on to the next segment, my brother.
Next segment or next? My eyeball itches. Let's see. Okay, let's see. What's this one here?
Also, I just jumped in and started reading. If you want to cover any of these news articles, by all means, just let me know. You know me, I'm going to talk and talk and talk and talk.
I'm okay with that, man. I'm actually getting some painting done. I'm excited.
I don't have anything in a place like is ready for me to start painting on it, so I haven't been able to do that tonight. Latest releases for the First Legion. So we covered this when they first announced these models, but I just wanted to show them now that they're being released because they're just gorgeous models.
It is a beautiful model, dude. Oh my gosh, this is just insane.
First, we got the Dark Angels Legion Leviathan Pattern Siege Dreadnought. So the levy for the Dark Angels is awesome. First of all, look at that white angel iconography on the very front of the chest plate. Look at the lion on the shin pad. I mean, this is just some cool stuff. Look at the sword and wings on the crotch plate. Definitely got to have an icon like that protecting your crotch.
Mm-hmm.
This is just really, really a cool looking Leviathan. And in fact, I don't. I know I shouldn't say this as a wolf player, but honestly, it might be the best looking Leviathan out there. I'm just saying.
You know what Zane would say? Inquisitor Zane would be ready to sick his
The Inquisitorial snake.
Inquisitor snake at you. Yeah, that was just heretical. What you just said.
Euphemism.
That was some heretical bullcrap.
Freaky, cheap, and unexpected values. The Iron Hands Land Speeders. That's pretty cool.
Mm.
The model of the girl that looks like she is singing just reminds me of a blow-up doll.
What?
I don't know.
Okay. It just escalated.
So I don't know if it really does, or if that's just like the ink blot test for James, and like we know what's on James's mind now. The old Exorcist model is my favorite model from the old range. They don't change the concept too. Hope they don't. I don't remember what the Exorcist is. You'll have to remind me.
The Exorcist?
It's one of the sisters about
Right,
the model.
right, okay.
Sisters, blah blah. Bring back squats. No, bring back sisters first, Mike. Get the sexy
Mike
in,
wants,
then you can have your midgets.
Mike
okay.
wants the squats. He wants his little goblins.
Hey, we got Who Took My Dice miniature wargaming. That's awesome.
Hey.
Heresy, that crown belongs to the Death Guard Dread. No.
Fight.
A pipe organ tank. Oh yeah, that thing. That thing does look very cool.
Oh, that was the Exorcist?
Yes, that thing that was.
That thing that almost kicked our butts.
The week before last.
Yeah, I remember that. I did not like that thing.
See, that's all you had to start with, Lars. You'd be like, guys, remember that thing that was kicking your ass last week?
Yeah, that's all you had to say.
Thing that I like.
Yep. Exorcist, like what? That's a movie. No, the thing that kicked your butt. Oh yeah, I remember now. Blew up my Predator first turn.
Man, I love the look of this Dreadnought. Like I said, I want to get this and the Prey. Like I want to get all of these models from this release, and like I don't want to play Death Guard. I have no interest in playing Death Guard, and not Death Guard, Dark Angels. But I just want these models because that's the coolest looking Dreadnought. And then scroll down a little bit.
Yep.
It is ridiculous and awesome at the same time. Well, let me get some space women first, Mike, and then you can love some space dwarves.
Creepy.
All the pre-heresy Dark Angel stuff looks great. I definitely agree. This Praetor we're about to look at is phenomenal. If this is the one I'm thinking with the Storm Shield. Down a little further, my brother. There we go. That's the guy. That helmet is so awesome. That sword and shield is so cool. The cape flowing in the wind. Everything about that armor is awesome. I like the knights in shining armor kind of aesthetic. And this really just scratches that itch for me all the way. And this is so cool. This is something that you could take the backpack off and use in D&D, which is kind of their thing.
Pretty cool.
This was a great time for Steve to jump in. He says, got space dwarf loving. I hate the Dark Angels, but that guy with the sword shield looks amazing. See, I agree. I don't like Dark Angels at all. I do like their Horse Heresy books. But Atlas was on at some point. He says, cool stuff, guys. Got Ren Fair tomorrow, so I'll catch y'all later. Later, my brother.
Ooh, Ren Fair.
Atlas goes, so is that the new Chaos Marines?
That's messed up.
Clay Dog says Nids love the space dwarves as well. Ooh.
Wow.
That's why there are no squats in the Universe Freak, is because the Nids ate them.
Yeah, they're hungry.
All right, so there was actually two more released when they announced this back when. A Terminator, Praetor, and something else. Just cool looking models though.
Yep. This is actually pretty cool, by the way. I kind of think this is pretty neat. This is so cool.
The superhero team up.
Yes.
So they're doing, and I actually have some Warhammer comics from about 10 years ago, and I loved them. And this was before I started playing. I just loved the universe, the story that I'd gotten so far. It was, gosh, I don't even remember exactly what the story was about because, like I said, it was over 10 years ago. But um, I definitely want to go dig. I'm pretty sure I kept those. If you guys are interested in seeing the classic uh, 40K comic books from about 10 years ago, I'm thinking I might want to do a little, kind of read over them and talk about them in a video or something. I think that'd be cool. Kind of hyping up for the new comic books here. So they're going to have, and Marvel draws some beautiful comic books, right? And they really get good at, creating relatable heroes with real problems, right? Real people behind the badassness, right? And I think Marvel's going to do a phenomenal job with this. And a lot of people have concerns, Freak, because Disney owns Marvel, so they're like, oh, they're going to princess everything up in the 40K universe. But, and I know not everybody loves the latest Avenger movies and stuff like that.
Right.
I thought all of the MCU stuff was amazing. Personally, I thought they were badass, and they were owned by Disney then too. But I think they did such a phenomenal job with that. I'm not worried even a little bit. Even a little bit.
Who's
Okay.
digging me?
That was James Meeks showing us the model he thought looked like a blow up doll, and with the mouth, I can see what he's.
Hold on.
I can see his point.
I gotta see it. I have to see it. Oh, I agree, James. Yeah.
I mean, I think it looks funny. I'm not sure I can agree with you guys because I don't know what a blow up doll looks
or
like.
no, you don't. Nah, of course not. Nah, what? Nah, of course not. Crap. Yeah.
Lars says I kicked the comic book habit long ago, though they still take up a bunch of space, boxes, the space of a bunch of boxes up in my garage. So this is dangerous. Yeah, it's easy to fall back and get addicted to crack. This right here, of course, with the Psychic Awakening, we took a look at a couple of weeks ago, the new Banshee model coming out for the Eldar with the Psychic Awakening. This is a dark this is the Dark Eldar, and one of the cool things about this Swordmaster here, some even claim he is our. God, I'm so bad at pronouncing stuff. Logan Grimnar will be in Frozen 3.
Stupid.
I love the Avengers, but all the PC Captain Marvel mess is just a little much for me. Didn't bother me. Jane Czar will be a Disney princess. Actually, some people say that the next Chaos Primarch to come back is going to be Fulgrim, and that is a Disney princess in the making. When he's not all snake mode. But this is a cool looking Dark Eldar model. That back-handled sword blade style, by the way, if you're familiar with sword fighting and martial arts, holding a blade by the back handle like this when you're sword fighting is referred to as a koga stance. So that's very cool. But I mean, just overall, I love the posing. I love just this dynamic. He looks like he's gonna leap off that and kick somebody's ass. I mean, that is a cool Dark Eldar model. And like I mentioned earlier, I might be inheriting some Dark Eldar, so might have to give me a cool, badass Blade Master leader to go with it. God, I've got too many projects on the go though.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, what are you gonna do with all that?
I'm going to be painting in the grave somehow.
Yeah.
So if any of my friends out there are studying necromancy, hook me up because I definitely have some stuff to paint even after my time is up.
Yeah. Be a little weird.
Dark Eldar are the best.
Is that a zombie with a paintbrush? No, it's just Mythos.
That's just Mythos. Cool. Single blade. Oh, so, okay. So he's got that double-sided swallow blade. You can attack single blade, which is a strength +1, and -3 AP, 2 damage. That is awesome right there. That -3 is going to be ignoring most people's armor save, 2 damage at a time. But with a strength +1, of course, you're typically going to be wounding on 4s.
Mm.
Now, you attack with the dual blades, though. When the bearer fights with the dual blades, it can make 2 additional attacks with this weapon. Okay, that is strength user. So, I'm sorry, that's +1. You're probably going to be wounding most things on 3. This is the one I was talking about. This one, you're getting 2 additional attacks, but you're going to be wounding on 4s in most cases, unless you're chewing through infantry like Eldar infantry, Imperial Guard infantry, stuff like that. You're going to be chewing through that. That's still -2, not as good of an AP save, but you're still doing straight damage too. So it's kind of cool that you'll be able to attack with either a flurry of blades with the dual blades, or more focused, more high AP single blade attacks.
Yes.
Model backlog. Yeah, it's serious, my brother. Grumpy Guy says, I can imagine Ragnar standing by a door singing to Logan, "Do you want to build a snowman?" It will be Fulgrim that said in the video, the Phoenix will rise again. Yep, yep. We're about to make me salty talking about 3 Chaos Primarchs on 1 Imperial. I'm about to get salty, freak.
Let me know when you do it, because I got to kick the music for it. You know, we got the music for it.
I have a perfect hobby. I have a perfect hobby. Please never die. I love this new model. It was needed so much. Don't get salty. All right. I'm going to try and woo-saw. Woo-saw the salt away. Lethal precision when resolving an attack of... Yeah, okay.
Hold on. Let me put it back. Hold on. It's stupid.
That...
Hold on. I'm in the wrong one. Wait. Crap. Where am I? Oh, God. We has. Yes. On. Where is it?
When is Blackmane going Primaris? I hope soon, man. I hope soon. And, it seems to be the way that each time somebody gets a 2.0 codex, that they're getting a new Primaris character that is a named character. And I'm really hoping it's Ragnar. I'm pretty sure that's going to be Ragnar. They would be, I think, completely ignoring what the community is asking for if they'd made it anyone other than Ragnar. However, it's not impossible because it's not impossible because they did, like with the Imperial Fist and the Iron Father Varys, they just created a new character that wasn't a playable character in the previous books, right? And so they weren't, whereas with Shrike, they took an already existing playable character and said, let's Primarisize him. They took Marnius Calgar, an already existing playable character, and said, let's Primarisize him. So I was thinking that when they got around to Imperial Fist, they would take a look at Badass Lysander and say, supersize him, baby. But instead, they brought us a brand new character we'd never seen before. So it might happen the same way with Ragnar. We're all expecting Ragnar to be the guy going supersize, but they might throw, which would be ridiculous because Space Wolves have so many named guys already that it's just like, I don't need another HQ choice. Especially since, what am I probably going to do? I'm probably going to take a Wolf Lord on Wolf Mount and ignore the named characters like I usually do. He might be loyal. There is one book where Fabius Bile makes a perfect clone of him. I can't remember what book it is. Talking about Fulgrim. Yeah, that's true. That possibly could happen. We could have a Fulgrim that is the perfect clone. But if it's a perfect clone, is it still a Primarch? I don't know. Ragnar must be done. His model sold. They have to redo it. Says Steve from Who Took My Dice. Mike says, yay, another loyalist in repainted ultramarine armor Primaris. Mike, I don't know if you're aware of this, but I'm gonna drop a secret on you. And you guys, this is kind of a I'm in the know when it comes to Games Workshop stuff, right? I run a YouTube channel. I'm very that gives me credentials. I'm in the know.
Yes.
So
Just like Elsa
share
Nation.
with you guys. So keep this on the cool, guys. But um, Space Marines from all the chapters have been all wearing the same power armor as the other chapters since this was conceived in Rogue Trader. So there you heard it, guys.
What?
I'm kind of tired of everybody who still looks at Primaris armor being the Ultramarines armor. Guys, they've all always been wearing the same armor as the poster boys. It's nothing new. Is the Wolf getting there too? So that has been a rumor. I don't think that's a true rumor because we Wolves have the youngest codex out of all the other chapters, and so I don't really think that they would. And who knows, right? They might say, you know, we're just doing all the 2.0s at the same time, which I would not mind at all. I wouldn't mind a little power bump, but I feel like they really drug out all the chapters of Space Marines at the beginning. You know, it was a while before we saw Dark Angels. It was a while before we saw Blood Angels and all that good stuff. So I really feel like they're going to drag out the other chapters. They're just doing vanilla right now. But who knows? I could be wrong. You know, we might be, I might be singing a White Wolf Christmas this year. Who knows? Didn't the clone die? You're right. I can't answer that question, Steve, my man. Because I'm only 34 books into the Horus Heresy right now, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure that rumor about the Orc Space Wolf box is legit. Same thing. I'd heard the rumor before as well, Archer. I'm just not sure it's legit as well. Ultra puppies, Mike says. Archer says, I believe Lucius the Eternal killed him. That's cool. So we're getting some knowledge of lore dropped on us, freak.
I'm down.
Freak, can you pull up that land speeder? Looks so amazing.
Yeah.
That White Scars thing will be the last thing I beg you to pull up tonight. Sorry to keep harassing you while you're painting.
Actually, I was looking up something. Where is it? Where's... yeah, there it is.
Grumpy says Abaddon killed most of the clones. Interesting. Look at that beautiful new land speeders for the White Scars. Y'all know I am really, really into my White Scars right now. God, that looks so good.
I like it actually better. Like I told Nethos earlier, I actually like it better than the 40K. I mean, I would actually get that and play that in lieu of.
And man, it's got so much DACA on it.
Yeah, it does.
4 autocannons, 6 shots from the assault cannon. That's just so much DACA. Missile launchers on the sides. And what if you launch them as frag instead of crack? I mean, that's just shots after shots after shots.
Mm-hmm. Nonstop, man.
This one thing could just chew through infantry. Man, that looks good. It is 30K only. Might be worth converting up, taking out some of the weapons and like take off the sponsons altogether. And actually, you could run that as an assault cannon Typhoon missile launcher variant without the sponsons. So being that I like to, you guys have probably seen in my Space Wolves army, my White Scars army so far, I love to take 30K models and use them as 40K conversions. So, or in the case of like my Sikarin, I can use relic rules for it. So I really like just using 30K stuff in my 40K army. And I know a lot of people say, if you like 30K so much, just go play 30K. I like the rules of 8th edition.
Yeah.
You want to be able to
with the
play.
Minis, yeah, the nice minis of the 30K. I mean, they're getting some really nice stuff.
Yeah, they got gorgeous stuff. But definitely, I wouldn't trade my 8th edition rules to go play 30K. Those were all Horus clones. The Fulgrim clone is during the 41st millennium. God, so much DACA there. Plus, I think even the riders look better because I really dig the Mark III helmets versus the current the traditional tactical marine helmet. I'd like to play 30K, but there's not any sort of community around here for it. I was really, and I think I was just spamming a lot of battle reports for it for a long time, and was building up the interest to play 30K. But the more I watch now, the more I realize that I just like the 8th edition system much better. Have a great weekend, Clay Dog. We're about to wrap up anyways, but you have a great weekend, my man. Yeah, I agree, Mike. Mark III is my favorite set of armor. In fact, I've got a set of 10 assault marines I'm going to be doing for my white scars, all in Mark III armor. So that is the news. And now it is important that we go from here into an important segment, right? We have all this news. We have all this. And you know what? I'm feeling a little bummed, freak. I'm feeling a little bummed that there's this awesome new speeder for my white scars, my
Yep.
new army,
Yep.
that I can't play in 40, in 8th edition.
Yeah.
I'm also really bummed that, you know what, Fulgrim might be coming back, and we still have yet to have a second
I know.
Loyalist Primarch. I'm really upset about that, freak.
I know. I'm
I'm not
actually
even sure.
that's borderline depression
I
for
want
me.
Hobby for the rest of the weekend.
Yeah, it's borderline depression. It's like one of those things that, you know what? Do I even want to continue painting because of this?
Yeah, like the reason I haven't been able to paint tonight is because I need to do more airbrush work with my jet over here, but I don't think I have the motivation to continue painting, freak.
I think that's the key. I think that is the key, is motivation. Motivation makes the world go round. So, what you say we look into a little motivation, shall we?
You're right. We got a guy for that.
We do got a guy for that, and let's see. Let's see what say. I mean, typically we know he's around when we hear his music. So, oh God, there it is.
When you're going into battle and you don't know how to feel, just count on Chaplain EMO and his joy will make you squeal. So when the world takes you down, you want to scream, just listen to the words of Chaplain EMO.
That just makes me so happy. It just such a cheery thing. So
He really is. You know what, Chaplain? We need some motivation, right? It's just I need motivation to work on my Space Marines, my Marines from space. I could use some kind of motivation that is going to inspire me the way that space inspires man. Like every time that you look up at the sky and wonder what's out there, you look up at the moon, or even those footage of astronauts looking back at Earth or into the depths of space, just like that, freak. And they're filled with that sense that there's something greater than themselves out there. That's the kind of motivation that I need,
Yep.
Chaplain. Do you have anything that can fill me with like that kind of motivation, the motivation of like man looking upon space?
The vastness of outer space. I love it because it's the same color as my soul.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that was about space, I guess.
space.
Um,
It's like,
so anyways, man, we've got just some really cool stuff coming up this weekend. And you know what? If the motivation isn't going to drive me to do some amazing paint, freak, the motivation isn't going to just make me find the artist within me. I think I know something else that might work for us to really bring us back to the hobby, freak.
who's that, man?
I think we're ready for our 100% true fact, Elstonation fact.
Holy cow. You know what, man? You are so right. And it just so happens that we get it straight from our scientists that have given them their lives to get this information. because it takes a
Our team of
Yep.
researchers is on the job,
Yep.
right? Digging up this vital information.
It's so important. So let's see what we have. There we go. See, that comes with some nice music. 100% true Elstonation fun fact number 20. We actually got the freaking number right. About time, freak! Shut up. Okay. Anyway, so here goes. If you ask Elstonation what time it is, he always answers 2 seconds till. After you ask, 2 seconds till what? He has 10 minis fully painted. There you go. Motivation.
Man, I need some of that speed, freak. I gotta get some minis done.
2 minutes till. No, 2 seconds till. I'm sorry, 2 seconds till. See that? 2 seconds. Tell my wife that's how long it lasts. What? What? Or nothing.
So 919 freak is the last time I finished any minis. 919.
Wow.
I need to crank out some minis. I need that speed that Elstonation has.
Yeah, you ain't lying. DQ rubbing us, baby. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I love DQ. Oh, that's some good ice cream. My favorite is the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. Reese's Blizzard.
Grumpy, I actually just got done reading that book with the baby clone saying that, but yeah, and yeah, it said it's perfect. Don't mention who it is, but he also talked about the markings on him.
Later, Mike.
Later, Mike. So that's cool. All right, so that is the news for the week. That is our Elstonation fact of the week. That is our Chaplain EMO.
Love it, love it, love it.
What I'm telling you, one of these hangouts, I'm going to have a heart attack watching you guys with tacos stuffed in my face.
I hate for it to happen, but please make sure you send us a video when that happens, because we'll air it.
Oh,
That's
man.
pretty funny. It's like, and here we see Brian having a heart attack with a taco in his mouth.
Oh, man.
Oh, we put the whole damn thing in his mouth. There you go. I mean, we'll put it in lieu of the segments of either the Elstonation or emo, one of those two.
Freak Delicioso, what you working on this week?
Well, I think...
Awesome day at work, Grumpy, my man.
Yeah,
Thank
you
so
take
much
care,
for
man.
joining.
And thanks for coming by, man. You know what, man? You're not a jackass. No
You
matter
too,
what
Mike. Thank you
Mythos,
so much for joining the show.
no matter what Mythos says, you're not a jackass.
Oh, God.
Okay? You're not. Don't listen to this crap. Don't. I'll love you. That guy up there, jerk. A jerk. Don't listen to him. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I got these little guys. I put a little
jerk Mythos Cushionata from the channel.
Whoa. So yeah, I put a little gold trim on these bad boys. Working on the metallic now. Get a little details going on. I'm pretty excited.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I'm gonna try to do some.
You
work
look like your riders aren't that far from finish, and you said you did some more cell
Yeah, I did. As a matter
on
of
the
fact,
Thunderhammers and stuff.
yes. Well, I haven't gotten the Thunder Hammers yet, but
Okay.
I definitely touched up a little bit more on the El Wolvos because first of all, they needed a little wash. They were just a little too. Let me see if I can get this light here. There, I think it's going to help out a tad. Yeah. So you can see, kind of gives a little bit of that. It still looks all completely blue, but you can kind of see it.
Nope.
Dang it. Come here, you. You're gonna do it. You're gonna like it. Do it like a stupid wolf. You just do it because you're... Just screw you. That's a bad.
Just to say nope.
Try this wolf. Do it because... Freaking... Everything's coming out the same color. Everything's washed. That's not right. There's a nice division, between... Yeah, it's kind of hard. Everything just looks completely gray. There's no... Yeah, that's not what it looks like. I'll have to take pictures and put them up, but anyway.
Throw some updated pictures onto our Patreon later today.
Yeah.
For tomorrow. Sometimes.
something like that. Anyway, so they turned out pretty cool. So just gotta put the riders on once they're completed. But they're looking pretty good.
Looks cool, freak. Next. You know what, my man?
Wow.
I'm gonna work on my my October video #1 this weekend. So you'll have something on the channel that suits you, Brian. Or I don't know. I might get the last time I tried to show him something nice. He goes, I don't know, that's painted up like a WoW work. I don't like it.
Such a critic. No, I think you said to the wrong guy. It's not Grumpy.
Oh, that's cold. That's cold.
We need to review that video you did, man.
Steve is working on an Ultramarines 9th Company Ancient.
Dang. Go ahead, homie.
Cool.
That's pretty cool. Awesome.
Me, I'm waiting on some more conversion bits to come in. Like I said, I got my White Scars upgrade pack this weekend. Actually, in the mailbox right now, I have a Slave to Darkness Warhammer Fantasy spear that I'm going to use for my con spear. And then I've got the extra bits that should be here on the 8th. So like Monday or Tuesday, Wednesday. So hopefully, fingers crossed. Like I said, I need to start cranking out some I need to start cranking out some models soon and actually getting some finished products. I've got a lot of half-started products here, but I need to actually finish some projects. But so hopefully, I'm hoping to have my con on jet bike done by next show. So we'll see.
Yeah, I'm hoping to have my riders done. I've been sitting on this so long.
Cool. I'm really hoping so too, Dad. My man, I really like the color tone that you've gone for with Space Wolves, and you know I'm a big Space Wolves fan. So I'm really waiting to see how epic these are going to be. I know you're going to make it look amazing.
Be okay.
Big D says, since you guys have a GW store nearby, are you going to participate at Armies on Parade? Not that I know of. Both of us have just been so balls busy lately, and honestly, I have stuck my finger in too many pies. I've got a whole White Scars army that needs to be painted right now. I've got my, still got several Space Wolf projects here. Like both of my flyers need to be painted. I've got a Sisters of Battle coming in. I've inherited an orc army. It's a small army, but still, I want to paint it. I want to give it some love because that comes straight from one of my brothers, Brother Daz. So I want to show it some love. And I'm possibly inheriting a Drukhari army. Plus, I have an Imperial Knight army that is just sitting here. 4/5 of it are already assembled, staring at me. I've already Zenithal highlighted them. They just need to be painted. So got so many projects that I'm and I really should have named this first. I'm also in the middle of a huge 2,000 point Tau commission. So yeah, I've got too many projects on my burners right now to really stop and work on a display board. Eventually, and I think if I took something to Armies on Parade, my AdMech are by far my best looking armies. So I probably want to do something special with them, something Sector Mechanicus or something like that. Might be a good project for next year. But right now I just simply have too many things that I've started and need to wrap up. Like what she said. Reading Archer's last comment. I have a Grot Mega Tank Prime. That's what she said. Not the only thing you've stuffed your fingers in. Oh, that's what she said. So yeah, just the number of armies I just recited there that I need to paint. I want to stop and cry. What did I commit myself to? Freak, what did I do?
What I went through dealing with those freaking salamanders. Gosh.
That's not a good pep talk, Freak.
Sorry. You want to hear some more emo? I get emo back on, man.
Oh, excuses. Hey, look, dude, I'm doing an October video for you, Brian.
Wait, hold
Look,
on.
squirrel. That is also me. That is so me. All right, I'm almost like right now. I have a Kangon bike I'm doing. I've got this land speeder I'm doing, and so I decided to stop this week and prime my Xiphon Interceptor and paint it up. why? Why did I start on the Xiphon Interceptor when I have two other projects going? I don't know. Because I looked at it, I was like, that would be cool in my army. Darklight says he's on break, popping in to say hi. I hope the stream is going well. It's going real well, my brother. We're about to wrap it up right now. Thank you so much, my brother, for dropping in. Guys, Darklight Dreamer, my favorite Let's Player on the entire internet. Please, a round of applause. Dude, Mythos, those are rookie numbers. You got to pump up those numbers. No, I don't want more projects. I really don't want more projects. Oh,
Wow.
the weight of Mythos' orcs will be Warcraft style. I give up, guys. I'm going to intentionally paint them baby blue now to make them Warcraft
Oh my
style
god.
orcs now. Homie, you've seen my pile of shame. You're preaching the choir, man. I know. Yours is huge. Giggity. We should talk about speed painting techniques. 3,500 points of Death Guard, 3,000 points of Wolves, plus a lot of terrain and a Warcry army since February. Holy crap.
Wow.
Holy crap. And see, the thing about that, Big D, is like I'm aware of speed painting techniques, and it's hard for me to do. Like I have an obsessive compulsion to sub-assembly everything. And I know it's not time efficient. I have to pin everything. I know that's not time efficient. But there's
Gotcha.
something in my brain that says, you know what? Even if nobody else ever sees that, I'm going to know it's not perfect.
That's it. There you go.
That's
why I paint the inside of a predator.
I feel like there are certain arms that when I grab the arms, I'm aware that I didn't pin this one arm, so I'm forever going to be like, oh, I hope it doesn't pop out of the arm socket. Like my brain doesn't want me to do the speed painting techniques because there's part of me that says if I don't sub-assembly it, then I could do better. And speed painting is easy. Spray green on an orc and call it done. Spray blue on a space marine and call it an ultra. I got to get better. I got to start trying to feed more into Richard's mantra of finish not perfect. I feel like I am constantly costing myself more time than things need to take. He says he sub-assemblies all the Space Wolves. It's all about assembly line. Seriously, we should talk. You know what? We should definitely we definitely should. I'm sure I have a lot of things I can learn from you.
I mean, have him back over on another chat. That'll be a great discussion of how, he can share his tips and tricks.
Absolutely.
With this. That'd be a lot of fun.
Absolutely. We could have a whole speed painting tips and tricks night. Mm-hmm. And then I think also part of it is that a lot of speed painting is about that assembly line, and batch painting is my weakness. If I do more than 10 models in batch painting, I get so bored. Actually, no, I'm going to lie. I'm a lie. If I do more than 5 models in a batch painting, I get so bored just doing the same thing over and over again. That's why with my AdMech, like with the 20 Electro Priests, I painted them up, like I base coated them all with the airbrush. And then after that, I finished painting them up one at a time because I just, the thought of batch painting 20 of them just was like a nightmare to me. And I feel like that's because of my personality style. I need to see progress or I lose interest.
Yep. I'm the same.
I can't wait to see those tutorials, my man. But like if I don't see progress, my brain just shuts off. Like I don't want to do this anymore. It becomes more of a Baza, my man. Good to see you. Baza. I can teach you speed painting, eating a banana split. Wait, that didn't sound. Nobody can show me how to down a banana faster than Brian.
Wow. That's almost my reaction after I hear Chaplain EMO.
Had to batch paint over 50 Moria goblins for a games day.
Wow.
I think that was back when Steve was working for Games Workshop.
Wow. How long did it take you to do that? Oh my gosh. Several hours. Man, see, it takes me several hours just to do. Well, look, it's going to take me several weeks just to do this. I don't have it.
Big D, I'm really looking forward to those tutorials, my man.
Yeah, he does some great stuff, man.
We're doing well, my man. Thank you so much for asking. Unfortunately, we are 7 minutes over.
Yep.
I'm glad you did pop in to say hi. Freak, do you have any closing thoughts for the night?
Just guys, go check out Gamecraft Dragon. I mean, he's just an amazing tutorials, great stuff, awesome work, great guy. Give a shout out to Lady Dragon because she is awesome and she is funny as heck. By the way, guys, keep checking them out. Love the channel.
No, stay. I'm lonely.
Well, we can send Chaplain EMO your way. We can give you a little snuggle time.
That's awesome, dude. Teach me your ways, my man.
Yeah, we're really excited, and we'd love to have. We enjoyed him so much here, man. We want you back. You know, that'd be a great time. So please, let us know when we can have you back. And you're great guests, you're great folks. Love you guys. So please let us know when we can have you back. So
absolutely.
But go check out his channel. Go sub if you're not sub. Go, ring the bell. Do whatever you got to do. But he's just good people.
Also, I definitely want to throw a shout out again to Grumpy Guy Gaming. I did call him a jackass this morning, but he sent me a really generous package to unbox today. And it definitely, like I said, he taught me, after all I did was say in the EDP unification group, hey, I can't find any tutorials on how to get the straight lines on the triangles for white scars, and nobody will teach me how to do it. Can you guys give me any tips? And he's like, I got you. Boom. Tutorial this weekend. Watch for it. Came on the show last Friday, and he was just like, hey, check your feed this weekend. Your tutorial's coming out. Boom. In fact, I was actually sitting here working on my jet bike when the tutorial popped up, so I clicked the link and just followed it along. It kind of reminded me of the way people on TV are watching Food Network when they're cooking along to it. Like I was painting along watching his tutorial. So really generous, and he gave me a whole box of goodies, including that Logan Grimnar we looked at earlier.
And Mythos insults him later.
And I insulted him, so that's just the kind of guy I am. That's what I do. So Steve says, good night, my brothers. Another awesome stream. Much love. Much love to you, my brother.
Love, bro.
Much love to all you brothers.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah,
and sisters, if we have any
ladies
watching. All right, guys. Well, thank you all so much for watching. If you liked tonight's live stream or any of these crazy discussions, then grab up an axe and smash that like button in the name of the Emperor. If you're watching from the archives, drop us some comments down below to be part of any of these ridiculous conversations. Or some of it are even more in-depth conversations like painting female skin tones or preferences in airbrushes. We actually have some technical conversations tonight.
Yeah, good stuff. And let us know what airbrushes you guys use, That
Wife's almost home. He's got to hide the DQ evidence.
I've done that so many times, dude.
And, if you guys are interested, go check out over onto our Patreon and see if anything there interests you. In fact, we are adding some stuff to it this weekend. And if you guys are not yet subscribed to the channel, then that guy, and this guy would love to have you as part of the pack here on the Frost and Fist. Until next time, guys.
Stay frosty.
Good night, guys.